Welcome to the Unwashed Asses, episode 104, recorded on Sunday, April. It's April, right? April 14th, 2019. The fuck is with all this goddamn snow? Just when I thought I was out, its icy fingers curled right upside my butthole and pulled me back in. No, we're getting dumped on pretty bad in southern Wisconsin right now. Went up to the Dells for the weekend with a few work colleagues, and yeah, it was snowing there. And we're like, oh, what the fuck is this bullshit? Well, it makes sense because we're in quote-unquote northern Wisconsin, where anything past Madison, that's northern Wisconsin, where it takes on a shitty Great Woods aesthetic. But there was snow everywhere, and it was cold as shit. Well, that sucks. All right, well, let's go back home where, we had nice, verdant, 70-degree days yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, last week. And I had the windows open and, walking around without a jacket and was getting a light sweat while at work. And then, it was overcast, it was cloudy, and wake up this morning, and Rachel's like, oh, yeah, you should probably put on your thermals. Looks like we're getting some snow. And right she was, because not only was it cold, I can deal with cold and overcast. I usually prefer cold and overcast. It means, I have an excuse to go get some hot cocoa from the Starbucks. But no, today was not to be a hot cocoa day. Today was to be a day of driving around in shitty slush and heavy wet snow. It's not like beautiful, delightful, oh, let's look at the pretty snowflakes and have a magical last hurrah for winter before spring comes through. No, this is heavy, wet, shitty to drive in, even worse to walk through because I don't have my insulated boots on. And my summer boots are kind of leaky. They get water in them, so my toesies are wet. And I keep saying and a lot. It's been a while since I've recorded. I apologize. No, it sucks. It's terrible. And the joke that keeps getting passed around, but the Game of Thrones producers did this because, winter's coming. Fuck off. I won't say it to your face because, I love you and you're good friends. But I've seen it at least 3 times today, and seriously, that bullshit needs to stop because driving in it has been awful. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I digress. So I found a website recently where I got some Destiny shirts, third party, because 1, Bungie's store is overpriced, 2, their selection's kind of lackluster. So I did a little bit of Googling, and I'm like, oh, where can I get some Destiny t-shirts? And I found Redbubble, where I guess folks can post their own artwork, and you can get it printed on pretty much whatever the fuck you want. T-shirts, mugs, stickers, and it's all reasonable. Like, my shirts were $15 a piece, and they're super good quality. They fit extremely well. Redbubble, if you want a sponsorship here, I will be more than happy to plug your shit, because the 2 shirts I ordered, I was over the moon. I mean, they stunk like chemicals when I received them, but a quick wash later, and they were perfect. They didn't even shrink. They fit amazing. As my Shaq t-shirt says, this is amazing. I should design up a I digress little logo there, and you guys can get it on t-shirts. Need to stop being lazy and just do something like that. Anywho, no, what I'm here to talk about is the fucking train wreck that was the Dells trip. Largely, I'd say almost 100% in thanks to Groupon. So, a couple of guys at work wanted to do like a little getaway. And I'll be honest, I've not done a getaway with the guys. After seeing the Paul Rudd movie with Jason Sudeikis last night, I realized I am very much like Paul Rudd, not in the charming, goofy, handsome kind of way, but more in the I'm socially awkward and don't know how to make friends kind of way. So when a couple of work colleagues suggest, oh yeah, let's book a trip, let's go away, get away from the weekend, get away from the wives, and have some good old-fashioned guy fun, I had no idea what to do with it. it was awkward, and I didn't want to go, but I felt a societal pressure to go and have fun and swim and spend time in a hotel room over a period of 48 hours with people that I've known for 3-ish years, but just it's weird to me. I try to keep work and personal life separate, but much to my best efforts, that barrier's been broken down, and now I have quote unquote friends, and I don't like it. I erect barriers, and I try to push them away so that when I inevitably leave the company, or when they leave the company, I can do that clean cut and they're out of my lives and I don't have to worry about it. But no, we went to the Dells, and as we were planning the trip back in March, it's like, all right, well, where do we want to stay? What hotel do we want to do? What resort? And they've been multiple times. I haven't been to the Dells since I was a child. So everything was, vastly different to me. So we decided, we'll go to the Kalahari. Let's take a look at rooms there. We'll do a standard room, do 2 queen beds and a pull-out couch. That way, if anybody wants to snuggle up, they can. But my plan going into it was, all right, well, there's 2 beds and a pull-out couch, and I'll bring a sleeping bag and just sleep on the floor, because I have personal space issues. So we're looking at the price, and the resort includes, you get the wristbands for the water park, all 3 days that you're there, 2 nights. So we looked at it, and it was going to be like over $600. I'm like, well, fuck that noise. So I'm like, all right, well, what do people do in this situation to save money when they're going out in a group? Oh, well, they use Groupon, and I've heard no objections. A couple of them said, oh yeah, my wife uses it all the time. So I punch it in, like, Kalahari Resort, Wisconsin Dells, and get a screaming deal for $400. Like, okay, that's awesome. That's like over $200 cheaper. And then we go to check out, and it's like, oh, here's $130 in processing fees and taxes. And I'm like, all right, that's shitty, but it's still like $100 cheaper than what we were initially, planning on spending. So throw it on the credit card, get that all paid. They give me their shares, and everybody's happy little clams. This was March 20th. The trip wasn't until April 11th. So April 11th rolls around, I go back to the dentist, I finish my cleaning, my mouth is half numb, and we drive the 2 hours up to the Dells, and we're having a happy old time, not listening to the music, because the weather's turned shitty, and we can barely see in front of us, and it's just a matter of, hanging tight until we're there. So we get there and go to check in. Well, 2 of us, myself and another, we go into the hotel to check in while the other 2 hang out in the parking lot with the luggage. We go inside and we're like, hey, I don't know how this works, but I have a Groupon. I have a number with that. They're like, oh, we don't need that. Just need your last name and your ID. I'm like, perfect. Here's my last name. Here's my ID. They tap away at the keyboard. Yeah, we have nothing. Excuse me? Yeah, no, we have nothing. Okay, can I give you this order number that I received? And I don't know if you can look that up. They take the order number down. They're like, we'll be right back. They walk into the back office. Yeah, no, we don't have anything in our system for that. You'll have to contact Groupon. Fuck me. Okay. So I walk over to one of the tables, and mind you, I'm a paranoid person, so I was expecting something to go wrong with this. So I had not only, 1, made sure that I still had the email, but 2, I had downloaded the Groupon app, and I'd signed in, and I'd pulled up all my reservation information. And then I go to the help, and I'm like, all right, well, customer support, and I call the number. I'm gonna message. Oh, yeah, no, our phone services are down, but you can try calling us anytime between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Why are your phones down at 4:45 on a Thursday? This would seem to be prime operating time here. Call it again. Same message. All right. Well, fuck me. my work colleague, he goes onto the Google and types it in, like Groupon's customer service number. Has a different number. I call that number. It is just a repeated message saying, oh, go online, use our web help services. That's not fucking helpful at all. Because I have my phone. So I browsed to Groupon.com on my little mobile browser, and I flip it over to desktop mode, and I open up a chat window, and like, hey, here's what's going on. I can't check in, and they're saying they never received the information from you. And it's like, oh shit, I'm sorry, that's not the experience we want you to have the first time using Groupon. Let me go ahead and get that information sent right back over to them, then you'll be able to check in soon. Thank you. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to hear. Close the window. Get an email transcript of it, and then in that I'd ask, oh, just in case this doesn't go through, is there another order number that I can use besides the confirmation I got from you? And they're like, oh yeah, here's this number you can use. Perfect. So I give them 10 minutes to send the information over. Go back up to the front counter and like explain the situation all over again because I have a different person. And they're like, okay, yeah, let's take a look. No, we definitely don't have anything from Groupon. We have no information on you. Okay. All right. Okay. So I gave the last person, the person standing right next to you, who doesn't want to look me in the eye, I gave her the order number that I had. Here's a different number that they gave me. Can you look this up? Yeah, no, that number's way too long. That's not the one that we're going to use. You're going to have to contact Groupon. Okay. Sure. Not a problem. And I'm trying not to get angry with the hotel because I understand it's not technically their problem. I'm wanting to use their services, and I tried booking their services using a third party. But I'd say, 30 to 40% of the people there probably booked that shit through Groupon. So I walk back over to the table, and I'm dealing with messages in the group chat like, hey, what's going on? What's the deal? And they're explaining it all. And so the other two guys come in, and I've got another chat window open, and this time I figured out how to run it through the app directly. And that was another fucking pain in the ass, was trying to figure out how to do the group chat itself. Because getting any help through Groupon is just a fucking ordeal. Finding the number's not too difficult, but again, if they're not picking up the phones, it's not going to help you. I just like, how do you get help through Groupon? And I followed some step-by-step instructions. It's sad that another website has to provide instructions on how to get help through another party's website. It's fucked. But apparently you have to log into your account, you have to click on your reservation or your offer, and then in the search window type in help. And then in help, check the options, how do I contact Groupon? And there you have your options. And now, mind you, I still can't call. Like, the option to call is grayed out. The phones are still down. So I open up yet another chat window, and I'm like, hey, here's my situation. Is there somebody that I can call? And they're like, oh, here's the number that you would use, and it's Monday through Friday 8 to 5, and it's after 5 at this point. Like, I cannot check into this hotel. I need your help, please. Like, oh, well, we're not getting a response from the hotel that they've received the confirmation. We can send that over to you. Send that over to them. I'm like, okay, I'm not doubting your ability, but the last 2 people I've talked to have given me that same response. I'm starting to lose faith in this ability. He's like, no worries, I'll escalate it. We'll get that over. You'll be able to check in. Okay. Thank you. And they end the chat. They're not able to email confirmation information to me, like the stuff they send to the hotel, because I guess it's a direct communication. All right, well, that's bullshit, but whatever. Give them a few minutes. Walk back up to the counter. And I see that both the ladies who had, again, quote unquote, helped me before are available, but I wait for a third person to open up, and I'm like, I'm going to go here. I'm going to talk to this guy. And I explain the situation. I hand him my phone. I'm like, here's my reservation. Here's all the info I have. Like, they took the money out of my account. They said I check in on this date. We check out on this date. Here's the type of room we're supposed to get. Here's the 2 different order numbers I have. Can you please help me with this? He's like, all right, let me go into the back and I'll take a look. So he goes in the back and he's back there for a long time. I say long time, maybe 5-7 minutes. But it's an eternity, because it's like, if we can't check in, we have to drive 2 hours for me and then 3 hours for a couple other guys to go back home. Like, the entire trip's a waste. And then I have to fight with Groupon to get a fucking refund and get it, then dole out the payments again. It's a waste of a trip. He comes out and he's got a piece of paper in his hand. I'm like, oh God, that looks promising, until I realize it's the paper that I had filled out with him. Like, here's all my information that for you to check with. It's like, yeah, no, there's nothing on our system. Like, fuck beans. It's like, but what we can do is, I talked to my manager, we can let you check in and then just wait for Groupon stuff to come through. When it comes through, we'll just get it applied to your account. We'll just have to put, like, a $50 deposit down. I'm like, that's fine, whatever, fuck it. If you'll let us check in, that's fantastic. He's like, all right, well, what kind of room did you have again? We go through that. He's like, all right, well, I have a standard room. It's 2 queens. There's no pull-out couch. I'm like, whatever. A room is a room at this point. I will live with it. And that was kind of it for the night. We did some activities, which I'll detail later, because this is really about how fucking Groupon fucked me in the ass. Let me see if I can pull up the emails here, the history. That way I make sure I have an accurate series of events, because there was a lot of correspondence happening. All right, so yeah, the next day rolls around, and I'm like, all right, well, do I go to the front desk, or do I just, wait? And the general consensus was, like, give them time, wait for the front desk to essentially contact us. Let the hotel contact us and say, oh, we have it or we don't. I'm like, all right. So we go to the water park, and, I have an understanding now that their phone lines are only open from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday Central Time. It's gnawing at me. Like, I'm not able to fully enjoy myself. I'm having a good time, but I'm not fully able to let go and have the happy times until I figured out whether or not I'm going to have to pay an extra $600 for this fucking trip, and then fight with Groupon for a refund. So it's weighing heavy on me. So we decide we're done at the water park. Go back to our room. On our way back, and stop at the front desk, and I'm like, hey, I'm just checking in on this whole Groupon situation. Now, I'm at a different front desk because I'm in the wing that we're staying in, and they're like, oh, well, let's take a look here. And no, there's nothing from them. Like, shocking. I'm stunned and amazed. But okay, let me try calling them. So I'm sitting in the lobby. There's a delightful waterfall and a fireplace and multiple beautiful carvings of wild, exotic African animals. And I call the number, and they're like, your expected wait time is between 2 to 4 minutes. Like, okay, I could deal with that. Dead silence. 10 minutes goes by, call gets dropped. Fuck me. Alright, well, that one might have been my fault because I'm on the open Wi-Fi running it through a VPN. Maybe my phone was trying to make the call and I actually got somebody, but they didn't hear me. Let me turn off the VPN, let me turn off the Wi-Fi, and let's just go straight off cellular data. Your expected wait time is between 2 and 4 minutes. Alright, I can live with that. Silence. 10 minutes later, call's disconnected. Motherfucker. I'm like, alright, well, I'm done playing this game. I don't want to do another web chat. I need to talk to somebody over the phone because it's like dealing with anything else. If you can introduce the human element, odds are you can get the problem fixed faster. So there's a third option for Groupon help. You have the web chat, you have the call us, and then you have the third, we'll call you. So I draft up this big long email, like, here's why you need to call me, here's what's going on, call me back. And they're like, all right, we've received your request, estimated callback time within a half hour. Perfect. Put my phone in my pocket, walk back to the room, get an email. We weren't able to reach you. The fuck? Hi, this is so-and-so. We weren't able to reach you. Please reply to this email and we can continue assisting you. And I look at my phone and I had the fucking ringer on silent. They called like 45 seconds after I had opened that support ticket. Which, to be fair, awesome for them. I wasn't expecting a call for another half hour because at this point I was nothing but disappointed in their service. Like, all right, they were on the ball. That was on me. I had my ringer off. I replied to the email. I'm so sorry. My ringer was off. I didn't see that you called. Can somebody please call me back? 10 minutes goes by. No response. I still don't have a response to that email. So I'm like, all right, let's draft another fucking call me back email support ticket. Send it off. Turn up the volume all the way on my phone. Again, within 45 seconds, somebody calls me. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah, I explained the situation. Here's what's going on. Like step-by-step chronological events. Here is everything that's happened. Checkout is tomorrow morning. I need to make sure you guys have your shit straight before I have to shell out another $600 because of your screw up. She's like, I'm so sorry. Let me take a look at it. And she was super polite. She ends up finding out that they sent over, I guess it's an incorrect booking code, and the Kalahari had rejected it and did like a kickback. And part of me is thinking, well, if the Kalahari had received something, you'd think it'd be logged in their system, but maybe it's an automated system, and that's why nobody at the resort can seem to find any information. I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. She's like, all right, so since that didn't go through, what we have to do is essentially rebuild your reservation. We'll send that over. I have it escalated to my external booking team. They're the ones who are in charge of this. And I've explained the situation to them, and it's been escalated because it has to be done before you check out tomorrow. And, hey, here's my manager. He's going to take a look at it as well. So we're going to send them essentially two. We're going to hit him from two fronts and get this taken care of for you. I promise. And I'm like, okay, not to be a dick, but I've heard this multiple times over the past 24 hours. I need something better than, all right, we're going to take care of this. It's been escalated. I'm like, give me a time frame. What's my ETA? She's like, before the end of the day. I'm like, okay, well, I need some clarity here. What do you consider end of day? Like, 4 hours, 6 hours? She's like, well, it's like 3 o'clock our time. So it'll be 8 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, it'll be done. I'm like, okay, so within 5 hours. She's like, yes. Perfect. Thank you. You at least gave me an answer as to why this didn't go through, and you have a plan of attack. That's all I need. Thank you. Hang up the phone. I breathe a sigh of relief. Like, okay, we've got this. We have an answer as to what happened. We have, something going through. So happy, fun times ensue. We go out. We do some more stuff, and I'm constantly like checking my watch, like, okay, T-minus 3 hours, motherfuckers. You better get this reservation over. And it's like 2 hours. I still haven't received an email confirmation. All right, you've got 1 fucking hour. There's my email confirmation. No email confirmation. You don't get the 5th hour. So I open up another web chat, and I'm like, the fuck's going on with this? And again, I phrase myself as being very brave and brazen with the Groupon support, but I'm trying to be super polite and respectful because I understand that being the angry customer doesn't get me what I want, because I work in a customer service related field, and as soon as you get rude and arrogant with me, or you just turn into a big bag of dicks, I'm less inclined to help you. So I have to maintain my cool. I can be stern, but I can't be a dick. And my 3 compatriots, my sounding boards had essentially confirmed, oh yeah, no, you were totally level, you were chill with them, you did what you needed, you handled it better than we would. Like, okay, awesome, thank you. So I open up, the chat window, and I'm like, all right, legit, I need some kind of resolution. I need some type of confirmation. I need anything. And they're like, our outbound booking team is working on it. They already have the information. We still haven't received confirmation back yet. As soon as we get that info, you'll get the info. I'm sorry, there's nothing more we can do. But we guarantee you it will be taken care of by the time you check out tomorrow. And it's like, you know what? Screw it. I want a refund at this point. You guys have given me zero confidence in your ability to resolve this issue. It's been over 24 hours at this point. I just want a refund process so that when I have to pay for it again, I'll at least have most of the money there to take care of it. And they're like, just give us until the time you check out. We will have it taken care of. I'm like, all right, fine. I guess I have to, just wait. I have to sit on it. I have to give you the time. So I close the chat window, and I'm like, at this point, I just want to, throw my hands up in the air and say, fuck it. And I call Rachel and explain the entire situation, just vent to her. And she's like, it's fine. We'll just use the credit card if you have to. And, we'll deal with the refund. I'm like, I know. It's just, I don't want to deal with this. And it's supposed to be happy times. And now it's like, I'm fighting with a company and its incompetence. It's just, it brought back my Vietnam flashbacks of trying to RMA stuff through HP and just what a shitty process that was. And it's like, I've worked in customer service, and it's like, where's the supervisor, the one person that takes charge of the situation and leads it through to its conclusion and, really takes care of the customer? Like, I'm not asking you to stroke my balls and tell me, how pretty I am. Just fucking be on top of it. Should be a thing of like, oh shit, our automated system isn't fucking working. Let me just get the number for the resort directly, call them with your new booking information, and get this shit taken care of. Like, I don't see why this should take longer than a half hour to fix, let alone over 24 hours. So I'm like, okay, well, the timestamps are weird. It's like an ITC code. So they're definitely somewhere else and trying to take care of this. So maybe, business hours are fucky. So go to bed with the hopes that, maybe Santa will come and drop a fucking Groupon confirmation in my email inbox. Spoilers, he didn't. So it's like, all right, fuck it. Dawn of the final day. Let me go check out and fucking pay this tab, I guess. So it's about, checkout's at 11, but we're already up. Our shit's all packed. We're like, fuck it, we'll go get a brunch. We'll check out, we'll go get a brunch, and we'll go home. So about 10:15-ish, go up to the front desk, and I'm like, hey, here's me. Here's my room number. I'm here to check out. And he prints out the form, and I look at it. It's got a 0 balance on it. I'm like, by chance, did my Groupon reservation come through? It's like, let me take a look. Yeah, no, that came through. You're all set. You don't owe us anything. Actually, you didn't need to sign that. I don't need that back. That's your copy. I'm like, oh, and verbatim, thank fucking Christ, I said loudly, and he starts chuckling, and I'm like, oh no, dude, you have no idea what an ordeal this has been. I still never received a confirmation email that they fixed it. Instead, I got an email about 7 hours later from another support individual saying, oh, hey, I'm just following up on this. I just wanted to make sure that we got it over in time so that you were able to check in. And I'm like, the fuck? Check in? Motherfucker, I have checked in and out. Had it not been for the good graciousness of the Kalahari Resort, we would have had to turn right the fuck around and go home. And, God forbid we play the what if game, but what if we had flown in for that trip? Would we, put ourselves up in a Motel 8 while you tried to sort your shit? No. We would have been fucked. And, in a very professional, polite manner, I replied just that. And I said, and I'm thoroughly disgusted with Groupon's service, and I will never be using it again. And, while they ultimately did come through in the end, It was a fuck up after fuck up. And no reason it should have happened like that. You know, their customer service was terrible. No one should have to work that hard to get an issue resolved, especially when you spend that much fucking money. Like, not that I expect it, but I expect fucking white glove treatment when I shell out, you know, over $1,000 to get something. And Groupon failed to fucking deliver it. So I've made it my personal crusade to fucking tear apart Groupon in every way, shape, and form I can do it. Because not only did they fuck it up, but there was no offer of, like, recompense. Like, oh, yeah, no, we're sorry. We totally fucked this up. Here's, like, $5 for, you know, McDonald's. Go eat a Big Mac, you fat piece of shit, you know, and don't bother us again. Nothing. Just empty promises of, oh, we'll get this fixed. We'll get this fixed. And, like, what is nice, though, is when you do these online chats with them, they send you a transcript, so it's easy to keep track for your records and, like, hit them with fucking facts. But everyone has a survey, and I'm like, nope, this experience was terrible. This is why it was terrible, and so I have to go, you know, do the stereotypical, you know, standard white bitch thing, and or basic white bitch thing, and go on Yelp and leave Groupon a terrible review, and file a complaint with the BBB, and you know, just do everything I can to be a thorn in their side because I got fucked. And again, part of me feels bad that, you know, I have to do this because they did ultimately come through, but it was such a terrible experience. And I was, after, like, I had received confirmation, like, oh yeah, you don't owe us anything, it finally came through. I was relieved, but I was also a little bit angry. Like, I was expecting to have to, you know, not only pay the money, but then drive 2 hours home. Once I was home, open up another support ticket to fight with them to get a refund processed. And they denied me that. Like, I have all this piss and vinegar in me, and there's no fucking outlet. Like, that's not fair, Groupon. So, you know, my friends / coworkers, you know, whatever they want to call themselves, they're like, oh yeah, no, we've never had an issue like this. This is really shitty. Sorry you had to deal with it. And it's like, you know, it's not your fault. But fuck me if I ever use Groupon again or recommend them to anybody. It was such a shitty, god-awful experience. So that's my advice to you is fuck Groupon. Don't use them because they will fuck you in the ass. But that's going to wrap it up. If you have your own horror stories of customer service or, you know, Groupon, write the show. We can commiserate together. Send an email over at theunwashedasses@gmail.com. Again, theunwashedasses@gmail.com. And of course, if you want to, you know, help the show, tell a friend. Let them know they can get TUA wherever they get their podcasts. And of course, on the YouTubes. And if you want to take it above and beyond, head over to patreon.com/0and09. Pitch in a buck or two. But that's going to wrap it up. Because we didn't get episodes out last week, we're going to do the traditional catch-up method. So Sunday through Friday, you're getting fucking episodes. Next time, I think we're talking Casablanca, and then maybe the episode after that, the return of Game of Thrones. Should we do episode breakdowns? I don't know. If it feels like an easy thing, but I feel like I've been talking about TV and movies a lot lately. I don't know. We'll talk about the trip and water slides, I guess. We've got a lot to talk about, and I'm excited to share it with you. And it feels good to be back. But blood for the blood, God.